Press the Enter key to start.
Hey, what's up, Cookie? How's it going? Alright, quick little shakedown here, see if this tune's gonna work. Oh man, on Bring a Trailer, there is a 22B for sale. Holy crap. Let me see if I can grab this link for you guys. Yeah, here you go. Anybody want to buy this for my birthday? Take that thing doing some rally. Current bid 123,456. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eight days left to buy the car. Well, Cookie and I can build a clone for like 25,000, so we don't waste our money on that. But it's really cool that there's one available. Right, well, maybe 40 grand if we're being realistic about actually trying to copy all those parts. I think people get way stuck on this thing as if it's the only... It's just a wide body GC8. It's like, it's got special body parts and stuff like that. But it's just a wide body GC8. Yeah, exactly. It's an EJ 2.2, which like, just for a little history lesson for those that might be interested. A 22B is a bored out 2.0. Yeah, right. It's a ProDrive tuned, you know, all that entails, right, is it's set up for street driving by a professional rally company. Anyway, yeah, Cookie and I can make a better version. But yeah, so 22B is a 2.2 liter. And at the time when they made these things, that was the best that there was. That's not even ABCS hits. Like, literally, Jacob's car is better than a 22B. Yeah, it's there exactly. A lot of that is name brand, driver history, collector's car stuff. Since there was only what 300 or 500 of them made or something like that. So that's a collector's car. It's like, if you really had $123,000 to spend on building a rally car, oh man, you can build two. Or you can build one and have an entire car's worth of spare parts. Need my hair to grow faster. Got this like weird tuft of hair here that doesn't want to do anything because it's not long enough to do anything except just sit there. Like, need my hair long enough so I can like pull it back, spike it up. But I shaved it all off a few months ago. Okay, I think this tune will work. So something happened to my instance of this game, or my version of this game, where when I go in and look at the clubs, almost every single club is titled WRC Club. What the fuck is that glitch? So when I went to set up this season, which is 12 weeks, right? I put 6 stages on the Tragic Hardcore Club normally, and I somehow got the WRF Club and the Tragic Hardcore Club mixed up. So this season, the WRF Club is going to be 6 stages of hardcore damage, and now the Tragic Hardcore Club is only 3 stages of hardcore damage. So I'll fix it after the next. I figure at this point nobody's really too concerned about it. They just want stuff to drive, so I didn't bother to change it. But here we go. 6 stages, no wait. My dad is still running 90% accuracy on guessing when I've just started a stream and then he decides he wants my help with something. So yeah, that's true, Nikki, but we don't have true rally drivers. Oh. Out a long time ago that if you make art to try to impress people, it's crappy art, right? So I don't make art to impress people. I make art that I like, right? That includes the music that I make and the rally racing channel that I run. I do this because I like to do it, because I like it, and it's fun. But there's quite a few people who just enjoy the art that I make and just leave it at that, right? Once in a while I get folks that say, hardcore is too hardcore, can you make it less hardcore? And I just say, yeah, just drive the World Rally Family Club. It's made for easy street. It's made to be easy. So there is a lot of people in the easy club because they're just, you know, want to have a bit of fun. And there are quite a few people in are not the same people. Say, I continue to make these clubs because I like to drive them. Like, I hate to say it this way, but if ACR was ready, and if I wasn't playing this game anymore, I probably wouldn't do the clubs anymore. Because I don't make art to serve other people's tastes. I just do what I do, you know? But since I'm still playing this game, I'm still maintaining the clubs. I've gotten requests to keep doing clubs on DR2, but that's only been 2 out of 4,400 people that follow this channel, so I'm not doing that. Just to serve 2 people what they want. Anything life has taught me, do what you will and other like-minded folks will follow. And on the other side, I have seen many people make the mistake of trying to please others and throwing their life away to do so. Seems like a pretty crappy street to go down to me. So in this case, I'm just like, yeah, we'll just drive the clubs, and people want to drive the clubs, great. If they don't, it's okay. Like people ask me, how do we get more people to drive in my club? And I go, I don't know. Just make clubs, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like getting more people to come to your bar, getting more people to listen to your band, getting more people to drive in your club. It's all the same thing to me. It's all the same thing. Do what you will, and those who are like-minded will follow. You really don't have to just be in it to serve other people and impress other people or all this kind of stuff. And that can be a real fickle mistress anyway. Like, you know, you're hot one minute and then you're not another minute. I've seen there's been a few times. Bandmates are like, why didn't anybody come to our show? And I'm like, it wasn't empty. There were people at our show. And he's like, yeah, but none of our regular fans were at our show. I go, well, they just came to the show we did last week. We do too many shows, man. And then they're like, well, okay, maybe we should do less shows. And I'm like, do you want to do less shows? I like just playing shows. I just like playing on stage with my bandmates. If it was all brand new people and if there was only 6 of them, fine, whatever. We didn't have to pay to play shows. They answered the phone and they were like, hey, you want to come open for this band? We were like, sure, sounds good. We were never like, how many of our fans are going to be there? Because that's up to us. We were never like, well, not many of our fans are going to come to that show, so we don't want to come to that show. Like, we would never make that distinction. We would just go do the shows. Just go play the shows if we wanted to, and if it was some place that we didn't want to play, if it was too far away or something, we just didn't do it. We didn't be like, oh, but this could be an amazing business opportunity. Rubbing our hands together, you know, for money. Business opportunity. It's not the way to run one's life. All right, so far, Ravo Driver is proving my point here. He's the only driver along with me on this 6 stages. But GG's, Ravo Driver. Almost 6 seconds ahead of me there. Yeah, just to comment on Mighty Mouse, I didn't read that while I was driving. He says, I started a career and did hardcore. If I didn't want punishment, I'd use a controller, not a fancy schmancy rig. Spoken like somebody who's already played all these games on easy mode and is looking for a higher challenge. That's me too, right? See, there's plenty of us that we're not looking for an easy leaderboard. We're looking for a hard rally. Looking for a grueling, testing, character building, hard rally. But it's not for everybody, and I don't blame folks if they don't want to do it. It's all good. But here we are in the club that's usually only 3 stages and kind of easy. I got 6 stages, and I'm the only player in here so far, besides Rival. That damn corner. I've seen people use guilt as a way to get participation, and it only works for a little while, right? Like, hey man, you didn't come to our last show, why don't you come to our next show? And they're like, oh yeah, okay, sure, fine. And you come to your next show, and and then they're like, okay, I did my deal, I assuaged their broken ego, now I'm out. Right? But if you just keep building and keep building and keep building, you got more and more followers, and more people, in this case, the analogy is talking about my old metal band. You just get more and more people, then wherever you go, you sell out shows. So we got to that point where I was like, hey guys, don't worry about how many of the regulars you see in the club. We want new fans all the time. So let's go play shows where nobody's ever heard of us and absolutely blow their socks off. Just rock it. Just rock it like there's 10,000 people in the stands and just do the thing. People are much more likely to listen to a band who's not fucking whining on stage going, man, we really wanted to watch out for you guys, but there's only 5 people here, so we're leaving. Could you imagine how fast that band would die? If people were like, we expected there to be more fans here, but we're not playing to an empty house, man. This is stupid. It's up to those bands or creators or musicians or streamers to bring their A game and just allow it to be. And sometimes you will be streaming for 2 people. And sometimes you'll get a raid, and sometimes you'll realize that raid is somebody else's viewers anyway. Only 5% of them are going to stick around. So don't worry about the raids. Just do your thing. It's like there was these bands that had like a really negative attitude toward other bands. They'd be like, we're gonna play this show, and then as soon as we get off stage, everyone's gonna leave because we're so awesome, and all the other bands suck. And I'm just like, ew, don't book that band again. Like, I don't want to work with them again. But then there's bands like my band, my buddies. We'd be like, hey man, these bands came from really far away, so make sure you stick around to see them too, because they're working hard. They're a different genre than us, so don't think that you're gonna get another Purge concert. Just stick around. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. But while you're here, let's mosh. So there's scarcity mindset or abundance mindset. And that is kind of like the choice, even in streaming. If you're like, oh man, this other guy's streaming, I'm not going to get any viewers. Forget that. Just do it. Just do your own thing. I've seen people go offline, like, I'll start streaming, and I'll see people, like, raid me and go offline because they got 2 viewers. And they're like, oh yeah, I was going to stream, but then you came online. I'm like, why'd you stop? We can co-stream. Like, I really don't mind. I'll co-stream with anybody who's doing the same thing with me. You guys drive clubs with me, or we're in lobbies together, we can co-stream. I ain't going for them Bezos bucks, man. I'm just here for the thrill, for the lulls, for hanging out with folks. driving cars. I'm barely even paying attention to what I'm doing here because I'm so used to rally racing. I'd rather just be hanging out. I had an education outside of the main public school system, though, so I actually don't worry too much about popularity contests. I just do what I do, and there's always people there. In fact, it seems like, in my experience, the less you worry about it, the better it works. It's fucking crazy. But there's this really weird phrase from the Bible. It doesn't matter if you're religious. I'm not really religious either. But there's this really weird phrase from the Bible that says, for those who have everything, more will be given, and for those who have nothing, more will be taken away. And you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's some weird shit, right? But it seems to be so true. Like, if you're grateful about what you have and you just build on top of that, you get more. But if you're negative about it and it's never enough, people leave. So, I mean, for me, that's what it's always been. I've watched it happen. All right, I got to go see if my dad needs help moving a board. I'll be right back, guys. As I walk off, I'm waiting for my dad's response. Hey, Rusty boy, if you start building Hot Wheels dioramas, absolutely stream it. Yeah. That's, to me, this is the thing. Don't ever be like, is this going to be popular with the people who are already watching other streams? Because they would have to stop watching those streams in order to watch your stream, right? So just think about it like you're going to build it one person at a time. Like, for me, it was like the first guy watching this channel was my buddy Jay's Inner Demons. And then, like, if I just think back like to like the 10 or 15 people that watched this stream originally, they're still around. And they might watch other streams, but that's my come online, they're going to be like, oh shit, Nate's my favorite channel, so I'm going to pop over there, right? And then, you know, conversely, like my buddy Rain Dancer, dude, he's got his own crew. He already had his own crew when he started streaming, right? Like, it would be silly to be like, oh, I need some of Rain Dancer's viewers, right? Because they were there for his channel to begin with. It'd be like, okay, so you got two major bands, Tool and Metallica. Do Tool fans stop being fans of Metallica just because Metallica is... Or do Metallica fans stop being fans of Metallica just because Tool came around? No. They're two totally different fan bases. Like, I like both of those bands. But, yeah, those are just two different things. So, like, if you're streaming Lego building like Cookie does there, or if you're streaming dioramas or whatever, I mean, that's the thing that makes you guys unique, right? It's like, we can't all be everything to everyone. Do your thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to start this over real quick because I gotta run. Move the board. But it's gonna restart on its own. I'll be right back, guys. Cross part, so I'll let that run while I fix the car and get it ready for the next stage. All right, 2 more stages at 5.3 per stage. Dang it. Got distracted while I was up there and did not hit the restroom, so I'll be back again in a minute. This won't take as long though. All right. So all the bullshit I was talking about before, where if you go into streaming with the idea that it has to make money, don't. Because people will feel it, and they're not here to be your paycheck, right? If you get to the point where you got 20,000 followers, you might get 1% of those people to subscribe to your channel, and you might be able to start doing it for a living, as they say. But even at that point, I fear for the idea that you're then strapped to it. Now you have to do it because you do it for a living, right? Well, what happens if Twitch gets hacked and goes kaput? Are you going to be able to get all your followers to come to Discord and continue to pay? Are you going to be able to jump to YouTube and get all your followers to come to YouTube and continue to pay? It seems like a really bad way to do it, you know? Like, you're stuck in somebody else's world, and like in this case, Bezos land, right? And you're depending on it not falling apart. It sounds like a really bad plan to me. The people that are most successful on Twitch all say the same thing. I just did this for fun, and it turned into something that actually has income now. And I think that, like, the small bit of success that I have had, I measure it in how many hours of fun, you know? Like, I don't worry about the money. Like, sometimes I'll get like $100 a month because I get a bunch of subscribers. But, dude, that doesn't even pay for the internet. So, like, it's definitely not a living. And that's after 10 years on Twitch, right? Now, I can take the time to be more specific about the games that I play and cater to a wider audience. And I probably make more money. So, if you want to make money on Twitch, you should probably play the most popular new games all the time, right? If you don't want to do that, which I don't, then you should just do what you do. Don't worry about it. Get a day job. Twitch might supplement your income a little bit, but it's really not the reason to do it. For me, it would be really like, it'd be really dirty to be like a musician who's like, okay, we need to rewrite our previous hit song so that we can sell that album again, right? Like, really stagnate as a creator when you try to just rebobble the same success that you had before. I prefer to continue to iterate. So this section right here on Sundays, this is kind of my time. I'm still streaming because I don't mind hanging out with you guys, but I'm just doing clubs because I like doing clubs. I'm doing clubs, I'm listening to music because I like listening to music. On Sunday mornings, we, hang out with all of our friends and do Sunday rally, live lobbies and stuff. And that's like, dude, that's what I look forward to. Is laughing and driving with friends. And like, man, for the first time in a very long time, I actually had to look and see how much of a Twitch payout I was going to get, because this month is a very, very strict financial month for me. I won't bother you guys with the details, but this is the first time I was actually like watching for that Twitch drop, that Twitch payment drop. It's the first time in a long time that I even thought of that. Usually I just look at my account and I'm like, oh, what's this Twitch payment? Oh, cool. All right, how much is that? Oh, $53. Okay, cool. Just a little bonus cash on the side. No big deal. But there's, simultaneously I applied for like 6 jobs, right? So I'm not like, I gotta make this Twitch thing work full time. No. I don't want to work for Bezos. I don't want to work for like unstable, hot market commodity streaming. I mean, you look at it like this. I'm not creative. I'm not, all those things that people measure, success of great streamers. Like, I don't scream at the microphone enough. I don't say enough ridiculous things. I'm not going to start being somebody else just to get paid a little bit of money for it. what I look at is our buddy Rain Dancer is probably one of the most successful streamers in the community based on just sheer numbers, just the numbers that follow his channel and watch his channel, right? And he's been denied Twitch partnership. I think it's ridiculous. I think they should make him a Twitch partner. But like, what does it take, man? I mean, you gotta have what, 1,000 followers now? I know you can apply for partnership after a certain threshold, but like, what do they approve, right? And you gotta look at it from like a really pragmatic and honest business sense. The people that are fucking popular on Twitch are, you know, a couple thousand followers, right? Like watching viewers, I mean, a couple thousand viewers currently watching. And we will never get to that in just streaming rally games on Twitch. It's very, very narrow little, you know. So I'm like, you can't squeeze blood from a stone, right? There's like, you know, maybe 20 people who regularly watch this channel, and for that, I'm grateful. For that, those are the people I hang out with. Those are the people that I would probably hang out with real life and have. Speaking of, there's one of them right now. M42 BMW. How you doing, man? All right, 15:30 so far. Whoop, I went too many screens, didn't I? Oh wow, am I really the only one still alive? Look, I'm the only one still alive in my own tournament. How about that? It's not a bad thing. So, you know, you can cater to mass media and large audiences and stuff, but they'll find out it's not really you. They'll figure it out eventually, right? And I would encourage people not to measure their success by money alone. There's plenty of folks who've made millions of dollars out there and been like, man, I thought I would be happy after I made $1 million. But if you're either happy or you're not, it's not a matter of money. I think a lot of us think about that as a matter of freedom. Now, if you want to measure life by how much free time you got, how much freedom you've got, oh man, I am rich as fuck. I am so rich. I own my own home, so I'm not bleeding rent. I work where I want to work because I don't need to make that much money. Like, by my measure, I'm extremely successful. I volunteer for Bridge City Autosports so I can do as much racing as I want. Like, I do so much racing, I get sick of racing. Right? Like, that's a lot of personal freedom right there. There are days in autocross where I'm like, does somebody else want to drive the car? I'm done. That's why I want you guys to come out too. I get plenty of driving in during the racing season. So much, my legs are tired, my butt doesn't want to be in the seat anymore. It's the same way with music too. We played so many fucking shows, we didn't want to play shows. We were like, do we really need to play 5 shows a week? Nah, we don't have to say yes to everything. Let's just play shows on the weekends. And, you know, for us, there was a bit of a restriction there anyway, because my bandmates, you know, we all had jobs. Couldn't be playing a show every night of the week. We couldn't be putting gas in the truck to go 3 hours away from Portland every night of the week. But we could do it on the weekends. And we did. We would always say, hey, let us get back to you on that show. Maybe we can make it. Let's go talk to bandmates. My singer was probably the least employed out of all of us, so he wanted to do shows every night of the week. And we were like, yeah, but you know, we can only do it on the weekends because we got to take time away from our families to go do that, right? So we would just do it on like Friday, Saturday night, maybe once a month. And, you know, know, if you're playing in the same town once a month, people start going, I can see them next month. They play all the time. Right? So really, like in that case, you got to diversify your audience. And like in these times where I'm doing like streaming stuff, what sets this channel apart from any other? I'm not the greatest rally driver, so it's not that. I'm not the prettiest rally driver in our community. I leave you guys to decide who that is. I am not the funniest rally driver in our community. Like, you know, so what makes me special? I think what makes me special is the fact that I've always got something to say. Like if you guys have got questions about rally racing or music or setting up your streams or working with OBS and doing video and audio, that's what I've got. Because I've been working in the stage industry for 25 years. Like IRL, I am qualified for a $100,000 a year job as a stage manager. So like, really, if you guys want that kind of advice, that's who I am. That's why we got this layout like this. That's why this wheel looks like it's in the car. That's my thing, right? That's what I do, is I try to make cool looking streams with good music. And when I watch a stream, it doesn't matter how good the driver is. My personal choice about the streams that I watch, if they're not talking to us, I'm not there. And maybe my motor mouth is not great for everybody. I'm sure anybody who didn't want to listen to me talk all the time was already tuned out years ago. That's fine. And then the people that are here, they know they can ask questions about music and racing and streaming and real life autocross and hill climb and all this kind of stuff. And I'll get you networked. I'll get you hooked in. Earlier, Mighty Mouse was asking, they're saying, oh, I don't know if there's any rally around where I am. I bet you there is. I bet you just don't know who they are yet, but we could definitely connect you to some people if you wanted to. That's what we do. That's what the WRF does. We practice together online, but we also go out in the real world and drive our shit boxes. That's what makes us special, right? So, I would encourage all of you to find what actually works for you. Like, what are you going to want to do every day? Right? Because there's a lot of people on the planet, and if you just got like 0.0001% of all of those people to watch your channel, you'd be a millionaire, right? So just do what you want to do. You don't want to find yourself, like for me, like the worst thing would be like, okay, I really want to make money, so I'm going to start a boy band, right? And then I'm in a boy band and hating it, right? Because I like metal. So you're really successful, but then you hate your job. That would suck. Like, it's probably a lot healthier for everybody involved if I just continue to do what I do and let your chips fall where they may. Nice. You just found him as in like on a YouTube channel or something? Feel free to share if you like, Cookie. But I've never seen any harm in promoting others. Like, if I see somebody doing something I like and I help promote them, it's not going to take away from the folks that watch this channel. And in the rare case where folks are going to be like, you know what, Nate talks too much, he's not that good of a driver, he's also not very pretty, and they start watching some other channel, that's okay. They found a channel that better suits them, you know? It's like, no big deal. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing to worry about. Refresh me on your idea. I'd say number one for all you new streamers too. There were many streams where I had 2 viewers. So don't think for one moment that this happened overnight. It takes time to build a big community like this. Yes! I love that idea. See, then, with that kind of an idea, you don't even need to win. It's just fun. You don't need to win. It doesn't matter. I think that's kind of one of the points of the Lemons race, too. It's not about winning. I mean, people always say, how much prize money, right? Just imagine if you were rich already. You wouldn't be like, oh, I need to win this Lemons race because I need the prize money. No, you would just do it for fun. So what's to stop you from just doing it for fun anyway? Yeah, showing up is winning at Lemons. Absolutely. That's where I was like, our buddy Will talked about doing a Lemons race in one of the Ford Focuses too, because he actually did that with some friends before. Exactly. 24-hour tailgate party with racing on the side. Exactly. See, that's why I like doing Bridge City Autosports, because it's just a bunch of cool people hanging out. I don't really look at the leaderboard. There's like 2 guys that look at the leaderboard, and they just happen to be the 2 dudes that are really active and really competitive in like lots of forms of racing, right? So autocross is something they do to keep their chops up. My buddy Carl, which is O is for off-road on YouTube, he's really good, and he's got a couple of cars, and he's been doing it for a long time. So, you know, he has a different set of goals, and that's all good. But he hangs out just for the love anyway. Like, he volunteers with the club, he put tons of time in it. He's not making any money doing Bridge City Autosports, but he's still with us. Like, so there you go. Even the most serious dude in our club is still just doing it for the love. All for the love. Oh boy, we got damage everywhere. Oh no, what will we do? Let's go look at the event details here real quick. You can see we've got 2 more stages left. One stage is 11.5, and we got this service area to fix everything up. And then the next stage is 5.9, and we got a short service area just in case we need to put some headlights back on the car. That's what that's for. So, go back to service, repairs, just thinking about, we got to do an 11 and then a 5. And so this 11, what do we need for 11? We need, let's do engine, radiator. See, these are all yellow. It's not even that bad. I'm not even going to worry about bodywork. Do brakes and suspension. And then if we wanted, we could take a chance on the gearbox, but it's still shifting. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to take a chance on fixing the steering, that the guys get all this done under the wire. I think it'll be okay. See, I don't waste any time on doing inspection time, so it usually turns out like this. Now, let's take a look at the tires here. We've done 4 stages on these tires. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my second set. We got 2 more stages left. One is 11.5 and one is 5.9, so we should be good. We'll take the spare, though, because the next stage is a longy bongy. All right, here we go. Stage 5 of the would-be Tragic Hardcore, but actually World Rally Family Club. I'll switch things back after this season. But, yeah, I was just kind of like, yeah, just let it ride. People like driving rally stages, and if they don't, they don't, you know? It's okay. The whole point to these clubs is to just have a bit of fun, right? I have no idea how many people participate in these clubs. I have no idea how many members there are in these clubs. I just keep running them because I like running them. If you got one of those short buses, the motors in those things are like super reliable, right? So if we can find one that's not destroyed, like as long as the motor's good, the drivetrain's good, all the rest of it we can fix, like roll cage and everything else. You might actually have a chance of finishing that because you just never have to stop. You wouldn't have to fill the tank again. Wouldn't have to stop to fix anything. I mean, they run those things for fucking 20 years before they get rebuilt. Like those old Bluebird buses and International and all that stuff, those things are so reliable. That can actually have a chance of completing, maybe not winning because it's not fast, but definitely have a chance of completing the 24 hours of lemons. That would be pretty damn cool. Plus, how cool is it to pull into the pits and open up the door and an entire cast of characters gets off the bus? I would love that. If that happens, I want to be the camera guy. I guess I could be one of the characters on the bus too, but I think just documenting it would be really fun. here, run with this. It's something you gotta build for yourself, though. But there comes a point where you realize, like for me as a musician, I just like playing music. I just like writing songs. It was everybody else that was like, how much money have you made at that? I'm like, what? I'm not gonna stop writing music just because I don't get paid to do so. Like, I mean, I came out playing music. I was sitting there banging pots and pans in the kitchen when I was a toddler. Like, along to the beat. Both my parents were just amazed. They're just like, how is he doing this? He's playing along to the beat. Like, it's just, you know, it's always been in me. It's part of who I am. I didn't, you know, decide to be a musician in my teenage years because I thought it would be cool, you know. I was just, it was already there. And, man, I got on motorcycles before I was even allowed to, so this has been a natural evolution for me, too. I just like riding motorcycles or driving rally cars in the forest. To get that motion rig set up, I am not expecting to be any more competitive. I'm just looking forward to the idea of being way more in the moment. Like put on the VR headset, sit in motion rig, and just crash and laugh, you know? Like, and I'm not expecting it to grow the following on the channel just because I get more equipment or anything like that. It's just, I just want to do it. I just think it sounds fun. And there was a point in my life where I had this girlfriend who was like, why don't you write happy, what do they call it? Pop punk songs, you know? You could still use the same subject matter, but if the song sounded more upbeat and whatever, you'd be more successful. And I go, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way to do it. I wasn't trying to make a living out of it, though. I really just like playing metal. It's what comes out. When I open my mouth, I pick up a guitar and I open my mouth. That's just what comes out. And, you know, Slipknot's 1,000 times heavier than my stuff, and so there's Slipknot, you know. And, you know, Machine Head and all these other bands that I've listened to throughout the years, they're way heavier than I am. That's alright. I just like doing what I do, you know. There's this old adage that I remind people of whenever they start, I see them doing these comparisons. The old adage is, comparison is the thief of joy. Like, in a lot of these cases, these musicians or rally racers or whatever, they're having fun until they start realizing that, you know, somebody's better than them, somebody's faster than them, and then they're getting really frustrated, right? Like you're driving absolutely flat out, the best stage you've ever had on your fucking life, and you're 1 minute 30 seconds behind somebody. And you're like, oh man, that wasn't very good. But it was good. You were having a fucking great time. You were having the stage of your fucking life until you started comparing it to somebody else, right? So I would encourage people not to do that. Don't do that. Opportunities come sometimes in the form that you weren't expecting. Like, I didn't get really big in bands because I stopped doing it because I was raising my kid, right? Now, if I had sacrificed all of that time with my kid, would I have been some rich rock star? Maybe. But I would have had to sacrifice all my time with my kid to do it. And I decided not to make that choice. I could have moved to LA years ago. I could have joined some big metal band and, you know, done all that. But I would have always lived with the guilt of not being there for my son. So success is measured in different ways for different people. What it did give me is I had such an understanding of how to record music that I started jobs where I was like recording other bands, mixing and mastering other bands. Became a live stage engineer. I learned lighting, streaming, cameras, microphones, all this kind of stuff. And I have made probably $500,000 in the last decade just being somebody else's engineer. Like, there was a time where I was touring with a band called the Adams Wig Group. I was paid, what was it? It was good money. It was like $6,000 a month plus room and board were covered. Like, I never had to buy food. When I came off that tour, I had like $57,000 in my wallet. And that was like one summer, you know? So I made 57 grand in one summer just working for somebody else, right? Like, that's great. Like, now I can just go back to playing my own music and not worry about it. Incidentally, I have woken up all the folks that I've been gathering over the last couple years. I sent them all emails. I got everything restarted. We are actually going to get together for a vibe check and a planning meeting next week. So about 15 of us are going to get together, and we're going to see who fits, as far as attitudes and styles and stuff like that, and then come up with a game plan for restarting the Tragic Evolution show, which for me has always just been a showcase of talent. I don't even need to play. I would actually like to just produce this show, hire a bunch of talented ass musicians and a bunch of talented performers, and put on a really sweet show. And my plan is to do it once every 6 months and maybe once every season, because my philosophy behind this stage show is to make it a seasonal thing, like the winter show, the spring show, the summer show, and the autumn show, right? And the lighting and the motifs will match the season. I don't even expect it to go any farther than right here in Portland, but for me, it's just a matter of, as long as I'm not spending money on it, as long as I'm breaking even, I can keep doing it. And I've already proven that that's possible. I started doing it in 2011. There have been personal struggles in my life in the last decade that have kept me from doing it, but none of those are around anymore. None of those personal struggles are around anymore. One of my friends is a local performer here named Odette Thorne, if you guys want to look her up on Instagram. But she teaches aerial arts. She teaches aerial classes, and then she's also like a good producer. Like, she does her own shows. Like, she brings a bunch of talent together, but it's never with a live band, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let her handle the talent, right? So I'm gonna start delegating the work. Say, let Odette handle the talent. Let my friend Carly handle the house, right? She'll be the house manager, dealing with the bar staff and stuff like that. And I'm just going to be able to deal with the music. So we might need a couple other people for help, because like I can't run the soundboard and be a stage manager at the same time. But most of the venues I go to, I already know the sound people, so that's no problem. That'll work just fine. My thing will be setting up the live stream so all of you guys can watch from home too. So like, we're gonna go do these stage shows, but we're gonna live stream it too. There is a Tragic Evolution YouTube if you guys want to go find it. So my New Year's resolution, if you will, is I'm going to help my dad get through his surgery and get him relocated to Eastern Oregon, where he's got a house waiting for him. And he's going to have a guest room in our house here in Portland. So whenever he visits, he won't have to get a hotel or anything. But it's just going to be music and racing from here on out. I've got a full-time job, so the bills are paid. Got my health insurance. Anything I do on top of that now is just bonuses. Working for BCA is a massive opportunity to make really cool content, you know, for my own artistic sense, and then, of course, for all you guys that enjoy watching that stuff. Let's do a quick shout out for the YouTube channel in case you guys don't have the WRF YouTube channel. There you go. There's already shit ton of content on there. There's so much content on there, I doubt you will ever watch all of it. But basically, all of it is racing. There's like 5% that's playing other games with friends, but they're my rally friends anyway. It's like Lethal Company sessions with Dizzy Izzy and friends, and you know, playing a couple other first-person shooter games. But you know, it's all rally people hanging out anyway. 95% of everything on there is some form of racing. And man, this next season, I actually have help with the administration portion of the Bridge City Autosports events, so I get to go back to like making cool videos and not having to run around like a chicken with the head cut off. That's gonna be nice. Gonna get some guest instructors down for the driver skills clinic February 28th and the first autocross event of the season March 1st. By the way, the driver skills clinic is already open. If you guys want to book it, !BCA to go to our website. You guys can get set up on there if you want. Oh, that tree slammed. We're hosting the hill climb again for Northwest Hill Climb Association at Mary Hill Loops Road. We're going to track cross again in the end of April. Like, it's all set up, man. And see, tomorrow night or Tuesday night, one or the other, I'm gonna have to take a small break away from hanging out with Izzy and folks to jump into a business meeting with my friend John from Portland Productions, because he's got all the cameras, all the encoders, all the seriously professional video stuff. And we're going to put a bid in for live streaming the Mount Washington Hill Climb. Like professional streaming. Like chase camera, drones, 360 cams, dash cams, interviewing the drivers as they leave and finish the stage. Like the whole 9 yards, guys. Like it's going to be a big production. And I feel like it's perfect opportunity now. My skills have finally raised to the point where I can manage, or maestro, however you want to put it, put together all the dream team of people that it takes to make a really honest, quality live stream production like that. And this actually comes by way of Best Rally Team. He's the guy that knows the people that want to do it. So we're just going to put together the team and make a bid and see if they go for it. That will be August 7, 8, 9 this year at Mount Washington. If all goes well, we'll be live streaming it. Oh man, I love this song. And we're on to the next stage. I'm actually really looking forward to driving all these clubs this season because there's a mixture of wet stages everywhere because it's spring. Spring has sprung. Okay, I don't think we need to fix the radiator. That'll last one stage. Maybe the exhaust instead. 9 minutes over, that's quite the gamble though here. Let's say we do a quick fix on the exhaust. Quick fix on the radiator. The lights we definitely need. That's the whole point to this service. We don't need body work. Gearbox is being fixed. That's taking up most of the time, but without inspections, we might be okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I get yeah, okay, time penalty, 1 minute. It doesn't really matter if I get a time penalty on here too, because I'm like, I'm the only one driving at the club at the moment, but the other one being that as long as it drives, it's like, fix everything, let's go. As long as you can get back on the stage. There's still a chance for everybody else to, you know, crash and fail and whatever if you're trying to get first place. It's dark, don't need sunglasses. Like, rally is endurance, right? Get these clubs done, I'm going to stop the stream, but some friends of ours, basically the folks that hang out with Izzy, so it's like Rezzy and Mike and Hairless Bear, me, and maybe Izzy too. We're going to go play some AMS2 again. If you guys want to join us, we'll do something, maybe cross cards, maybe shifter cards, I don't know what we're playing on, but go race with those guys in a little while. This would be my usual thing on Sundays. I took a really long nap today, so normally I'd start about 2 hours earlier here. But Sunday rallies in the morning, doing lobbies with friends. And then I'll take a break, come back, do the clubs, do the shout outs to everybody who's driving clubs with us. And then after that, I'll shut down the stream and go do some casual racing with my friends offline. So you guys are definitely welcome to join us. Like, I know Cookie's got the game, Kip's got the game, anybody else, Wet Chaser, if anybody else wants to. We'll be doing some AMS2 racing. That music while you're working out for you guys. Late on that one. think because I slept too long on my nap, I think I'm driving this week's clubs early. Suddenly that makes sense. Yeah. Because when I set up the clubs, yeah, okay, that's what happened. Okay, so next week for sure, I'll be able to, you know, check all the leaderboards out, but I won't be driving it because it'll be too early. Anyway, I gotta fix this. I gotta clean this up. I've got kind of a theory for the entertainment value here is if I'm the last one through the club, then everybody's on the leaderboard, right? And I was like, why is there nobody on the leaderboard? Because I know some of my friends drove this club. I just figured it out while I was driving. I'm driving this week's club right now. I fucked up. I should just go back and read you guys all the times. You know what? I might do that because this is just setting me back to go join our friends. I know that they're still watching the football game, so it's no hurry right now. But that explains why I'm the only one in here. I'm driving this week's club too early. See, if I go to events overview, I can see that we just finished Poland, right? This one, this is the one. This is the one from last week. Look, here's everybody. There's everybody. See, we had 32 participants on the first week. So that's fine. It's working out fine. But we got to do, where is it? When you're not driving through the club, you can't see like the individual stage times. So you got to go click on the website. Okay, so I need to go to the website to show you guys the times this week because I fucked it up. But like say, with the one that I just finished, if we go in here and we look at event results, it's just me. So there you go. I am going to stop right now because I missed it. I didn't get to do the first week. But what we're going to do is quit out of here. And I'll open up the club browser. So let me get on an appropriate scene here. Let's do like maybe the break scene. Okay, and then I don't want to open the browser here and log in like all on stream. So let me just give you guys a video to watch for a minute while I do this. I'll get this logged in and we can go over last week's club results together, and then I'll do what I'm intending to do next week. We'll go over the club results as I drive through it. That's my plan. Well, their website is really fucking hard to maneuver through. The load times suck. The sign-in sucks. Well, their website is just real trash. Real trash. Right there, I'm describing the car that Cookie built. Okay, this sucks. Where are the frickin' club listings? This should not be this hard. I can finally. Jeez. Okay, Tragic Hardcore. Let's go to the previous week. And I'll bring it up on screen for you guys once I got it prepped. What is it, Japan? Yeah, okay, now we're ready. I'll wait for this video to run because you guys probably want to see it now that it's finally going. In fact, I will prep the other clubs while we're chilling here. Wow, their website, it's such trash. Oh man, I never use this. I forgot why. It's just so trash. Okay, but I'm getting all our results ready from last week's club for everybody that did participate. Even though I slept through it and I didn't get to drive this stuff with you guys. Sorry about that, but at least you guys will get to see your results here. And then, okay. As soon as this thrill ride video is over, we'll switch over to it. Okay. I paused the music, but it says something's still coming through on the music bar. That's weird. Like, what the hell is that? Is it doubling up the audio on the thrill ride? Does it sound like echoey? For me, it sounds very strange over here. Shout out to Kip for setting it up for us to do thrill rides on the big course. This is a very rare thing. And our buddy Kip absolutely hooked us up on this. Goldilocks syndrome. Did you hear that? All right. See that tall motherfucker right there next to that BRZ? That's our buddy Kip. Thanks, Kip, for everything that you've taught all of us throughout the years. And thanks for this amazing opportunity to come and do some thrill rides while Nipola from Finland was in town. You got Izzy over there. And Nio Blue is the guy sitting on the bench right there. Nio was actually out at Dirtfish again today doing his second full set of classes and everything. So this next year, man, he is going to be unfreaking stoppable. All right, cheers, everybody. Okay, now for a little bit more content before we finish the stream here. I'm going to come back and do the rest of these clubs next week, but here are the results for the first week of Rally Japan. This is Tragic Hardcore Club because I messed up the two clubs, so now this one's 3 stages and the other one's 6, but I'll fix it after the season is over. But in any case, in Rally Japan, we've got Mr. Sprocket coming in at first place. Total event time, or oh no, that's stage 1 time. Let's see. Where is the overall? Oh, do we got to do this 1, 2, 3? What is this? Where is the total event time? Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why I didn't load that the first time. But Sprocket with 11:56, 289. Melee at 12:21. Adam Cole at 12:25. So on and so forth. You've got Drumbry, Buzz Buzzington, Wolvie, Todd Toast, So Says the Sloth, Sir Naki, Dark Cheney, Nikki, Baggins of Bag End, which is an amazing name. It looks like he didn't make it through, but still, shout out for a great name. This puts Mr. Sprocket in the lead with 14 points. That's a good start on the championship right there. And you can get the rest of this. If you guys want to see the rest of this, this is all available on the Twitch, sorry, what do they call this? RaceNet website. Here, let me get to my stream controller, not stream summary, stream, this one here. Throw this link down for you guys. There you go. That's the results for the first one. And now on World Rally Family, this is the 6 stages by accident, but this is in Rally Kenya. And I'm really, really happy that so many people are doing this because I consider this a challenge. This is crazy. 6 stages in Kenya with very few services. So we got Amanin, Gragu, Duval, Cherismo, Finn Ghost Rider, Fox Dew, Milion, Minky, Todd Toast, CPFH, Mile 9068, Darth Cheney, this guy with a whole lot of numbers because I think it's just a character problem, it's like a Japanese name or something. Nikki, Cernaki, Axel Air, The Purge, TD Street, John Cullis, and Georgia Pacific. So those are your leaders for the first week of this club, and that's the points breakdown. Once again, I'll share the link to this club in case you're watching this on VOD later on. You want to check it out nice up and close. Okay, and then for Fun Wheel Drive, which is my rear wheel drive club, you see there's 274 members in here who enjoy rear wheel drive. Very nice, guys, very nice. And let's see, grab the club link for you while I'm thinking about it. Let's do that. There's the club link for the results. Now, Mr. Sprocket in the lead over here in a Renault 5 Turbo. And why isn't that showing overall? That's not overall. Oh, you gotta click on the last stage and overall. Okay, so stage. Now I see how this interface works. So you can see Sprocket was in the lead on all 3 stages, and overall event time 12:32. Followed by Drumbry, Mile 9086, Duval, who's Francois Duval. Actually, this guy, he shares a lot of YouTube content, and he plays my clubs all the time. So I got to do a shout out for Francois Duval. You can find him on YouTube. There are links to his channel in Dizzy's Discord if you guys want to check it out. And then we got 7081MDC, also in the Renault. Then we got Supermoto Sloth, Todd Toast, Rain Dancer, Reef WRC, TD Street, Cernaki, Nikki, who always likes a challenge. High five on that, Nikki. Wolvie, Stoneboy, House Gamer, and Zindulu. And then there's your points breakdown for the first week. And that's it from me, my friends. I am going to take off and go do some track racing with the homies. So let's give you guys another video to watch on your way out. How about this one?
There was a breather that broke off, and they had put like epoxy around it, and it failed.
What's your name, bro?
It's Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah.
You can expect this kind of content from me with Bridge City Autosports this season. I'm going to be doing a lot more driver interviews like this, checking out cars and meeting the people in the crew. This is a lot of what I'm going to be doing at our live streams. And I will move all this stuff to the YouTube when it's over. So if you miss it and you don't see it on Twitch, because they only keep the VODs for 2 weeks, it'll be moved over to the YouTube channel. And that's where all this kind of real live content is on the YouTube channel. So I keep the racing stuff on Twitch and I do the real life stuff on YouTube. So I'll let you guys enjoy this interview while I find a trade target for you all. Thanks for hanging out.
From Jet Motors right here in Happy Valley, Oregon. This one's been altered a little bit from the original kit. It's a GT17 turbo, 8 pounds of boost. Without the turbo, I ran it on a dynojet. It made 48 wheel horsepower. With this turbocharger, 8 pounds of boost, it's 90 wheel horsepower. So it almost doubled the power. It's a completely stock engine. It doesn't have aftermarket cam or valve strings, none of that.
Wow.
And it burns a little oil. It always has. So it does need to be refreshed. But this turbo kit has been on this engine for 2 years now. And I have been having a lot of fun with it. And I've put it through its paces and it's still holding up.
Excellent. So go to Jet Motorsports if you guys want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's your sticker right there. Excellent. Yeah, well, anything else of note that people might want to learn?
What's kind of cool about this car is it is a Mini, but it's not a Cooper. It's a Clubman GT, so it's a little bit different model. That's why the front end is a little bit different. The interior, I just recently changed that around when I bought it.
All right, shout out to Katara Vader, who raced with us earlier, new follower. Bumblebee VR, thanks for the raid, and thanks for the racing with us earlier. Stone Boy, oh, sorry, that was a collab request. Point Rally with the follow, Haguan with the follow.
Mini seats. It looks really custom. And then right here on the headliner, I bought some material on Amazon that matches closely and glued it to the roof.
And it looks like that is all the activity from earlier today.
So this
just want to make
makes
sure
it a
I
little bit nicer
say
to
my
cruise
thank
around.
yous.
I take my family everywhere in this car. I did add some bars that
Some of the glove compartment too. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, once again, guys, we're going to do some AMS too, so feel free to join us on there if you see us.
We'll
catch you guys later. Thanks
Thanks
for being part of the World Rally family.
And I recently added some of these.
And hopefully we'll see you guys in some future streams and some future racing. Bridge City Autosports starts off February 28th. We'll be back doing this real stuff again really soon. And if you're hanging around on the weekends and you don't know where I'm at, make sure you jump into the categories for WRC and DR2 and find any of our 8 different official WRF streamers. You will know them by the badge that is on their channel. These are people who have committed themselves to being friendly and approachable and helpful in the rally community. They will help you get faster. They will help you with your tunings. They will help you with your PC stuff. They will point you in the right direction. They are generally here to help, and that's why they have a WRF badge on their channel. One of them is my good buddy right there, M42 BMW. Thanks, buddy. Catch you later, all.
They sell them there.
I'm going to click that button for the raid now, so it's going to go in a minute. Cheers.
And of course, they're the creators of the fantastic turbo kit that works well.
Nice. All right, and some hoopty and some gambler love right there.
Absolutely, and I've done both. So all those folks from Gambler probably recognize the car. I haven't done a lot of Gambler events with this, but what we do is we lift it up and we put off-road golf car tires on it, and it does really, really well.
You come around to the driver's side.
Sure.
Just stand behind the door, and I'll make a still out of this. There we go.